Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question I'd like to address to the candidates in District 3, District 2, and come speak. That question is, Brazos Town Center has captured a huge share of the retail market in Rosenberg. What would you do or recommend to bolster the Avenue H business sector? Ms. Hawkins.
Like I said, I work for my dad. We're in downtown Rosenberg on 2nd and G. So Avenue H and Avenue I are a critical part of what Rosenberg does. I'm running for council in District 3, which it's the heart of old Rosenberg. What I think, Brazos Town Center has been a welcome addition to the city's revenues. It's brought a lot of money in, but I think we have to use what it has brought in to emphasize our existing infrastructure. You know, we recently put in 2 blocks of sidewalks in downtown, but 2 blocks of a mile-long stretch isn't hardly anything. I don't know, Avenue H and Avenue I is where we came from, and it ought to be where we're going, and I think we need to refocus back in on it. Downtown is an important part of what we do, and I think we need to bring a creativity that we haven't had before. I know RDC is looking at revamping the old City Hall, making it into a welcome center, economic development center, and I think we need to show the existing businesses that we care about what it is that they're doing.
Thank you. Mr. Grieger.
Right now we have the Avenue H Business Assistance Program that is a program that allocated $100,000 over a 4-year period to help with grants and revitalizing the Avenue H corridor to businesses such as painting or facades or parking lots or anything like that, and that's just now kicking off. So being on that committee, I've seen already 2 applications come in, and so it's starting, and once that gets going, then City Council could go back and put more money into it, and we could also have RDC put some back into Avenue H also.
Thank you. Mr. Segura?
Yes, as Councilor Grigger said, we have implemented $100,000 to try and revamp and you know, put a slight touch-up paint on downtown. You know, when you look at one end of Roseburg to the other on Avenue H, probably $100,000 doesn't go too far, but we're going to try and do the best we can. And I would entertain on council if we could come up with another plan in the future where more funds could be put into that program of such you know, a program like that. But I would like to see it done without us having to cut another vital thing, you know, cut back on somebody just because we want to dress up downtown. But I think we can get more money once the good time comes back to Rosenberg, once the sales tax money starts increasing more and more and more. We see brighter days. I think we could put more money into that fund. And once we get more applications, and we have these 2 now, and the work gets started downtown where we're making some of these places look a little bit better, I think everyone else will start jumping on the bandwagon, and hopefully, maybe not in the not too distant future, we can have the funds or find the funds or help the people along downtown how to go about getting funds to renovate their businesses and make it nice and pretty. I've been to a lot of other towns. Grapevine comes to my mind. They did the same thing with their downtown. It's a beautiful thing. We just got to figure out how to get the funds, how to get the money to make downtown a whole lot better.
Thank you. Kennedy Rivers.
I've had that question come to me when I was walking, letting people know that I was running for city council. And everyone's asked me, why does the new part of Rosenberg look so nice and happy, and why doesn't the old part of Rosenville, look like that. Personally, I would work harder on addressing Avenue H. If we look at where the money is coming from, last I heard, most of it comes from Avenue H. And I believe that, me personally, I visit Avenue H more because that's where, close to where I live. Right now, the way the gas is, I can't afford to go all the way to the other side of Rosenberg to go shop. So I believe that we also need to look at the people that are on that side and show them the love and respect that we have for our city. That's what I think.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Salazar.
Like I was saying before, I'm part of the newly Avenue H assessment program, and basically 2 years ago when I just fresh in office, the first person I think came to me and asked, what are you going to do about Avenue H? And I guess that's been a question that has been ongoing for years. Like I said, we got a program that we have $100,000 for 4 years. Currently, we have, like Dwayne was saying, we have 2 businesses. And what this program does, like I said, it's got matching funds up to $2,500. And what like the 2 businesses, for example, that we have, one is going to do $25,000 worth of improvements to get that $2,500. The other one's going to do $8,500 worth of improvements. So what we need to look is that when we invest in Avenue H, and you say we got $100,000, well, potentially, hopefully, like right now with the first one, we got a 10-to-1 return on our investment, and hopefully it'll make the city better. The other one, we want more or less about a 3.5-to-1. So that's what we got to look at. That when we invest the money, is not just that $100,000 that we're going to go ahead and improve it, fold-wise, at least 2-3-fold, which that's what we need as far as making sure that our like I said, we get our money's worth, and the city on Avenue H will look better.
Thank you. Councilman Simmons.
First of all, the good news is the money is coming from a 380 grant, so it's not coming from the city, so we don't necessarily worry about budgeting that. I think, if I was a business trying to establish myself on Avenue H, I would look at what's next to me. And if you were a business, I think you would too. If you want to attract customers to come to your business, whatever it is, you don't want to be sitting next to a business that might have unsightly supplies that are stacked right up to the property line, that has garage sales every week, as we've heard. I think what we need to do is get the property owners, the people that own that property and who rent it to folks that want to start a business to help clean up their own place. I think that would go a long way, and if they're truly interested, this 380 grant should help them, or the improvement funds that we have. We need to work with TxDOT. Right now it's on the board to improve the Avenue H and Avenue I corridors. With that will come new roads with curbs and some established entryways into businesses. And we do have a great economic development manager team that are working, and they do talk to businesses all the time. We just would rather go somewhere else that they might be able to attract more customers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This next question, I'd be remiss if I didn't answer on behalf of the Central Fort Bend Chamber Alliance, and specifically our Government Affairs Organization. I would like each of the candidates to go ahead and answer this particular question. I'd like to begin with Councilman Suter again and work downward to the table. And that question is, well, I guess many of you have already spoke about small businesses as being the economic engine for the city of Roseville. And as you know, the Central Fort Bend Chamber Alliance has many of those businesses as members of this particular chamber. Our goal and one of our quests in the Government Affairs Organization is to assist, whether it's county, state, or local city officials, with issues. So my question is, on behalf of the chamber, the Government Affairs Organization, what has been your level of participation in the Central Fort Bend Chamber Alliance? And number two, would you value the Chamber's opinion, input on critical city issues? Tom, would you begin?
First of all, my employer is a member of the Alliance, the Chamber, has been for years. I've served on a few committees there. I support the Chamber and I think it's needed. Small business is what is making not only our city but other cities thrive. The resource that you have at the Chamber is a lot of experience and probably more than anything is networking. The ability to ask a question and they may not know the answer, but they have someone else in another city that has a similar situation and they can give you that feedback. I do value it as a valuable resource for establishing your businesses.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner.
I have to say that we are not members of the Chamber. Dad's been doing business in Rosenberg and Fort Bend County for the past 30 years. He fixed cars all the while I was growing up, and then come to find out he liked building furniture a lot more than he liked fixing cars. People like that a little bit better. We believe in independence, and that's sort of Dad's mantra. Like, you know, we're on the corner of 2nd and G. One of the things that Dad appreciates most is that he gets to park his Suburban in the middle of the street and let up tables for as long as he wants and nobody messes with him. And that sort of goes to his philosophy as far as the Chamber goes. So we bring money into downtown. We advertise in Fort Bend Lifestyles, we advertise in Katy, we advertise in Texas Monthly. We get customers from all over the state. And we like doing it our own way, I guess is the short answer. And as a member of council, I kind of operate that way myself. So I'm looking forward to having an independent voice on council.
Thank you. Dwayne?
The Chamber is a good networking tool among businesses in conjunction with the city. I asked to be on the committee and I was on one and didn't attend because it's during the day and my time is precious as a full-time employee. If it was held in the evenings or something like that, then I could attend, and I fully support the Chamber in everything they do. And yes, if there are issues that the Chamber comes across with their members or whatever, I would certainly sit down and want to listen. I'm listening. I want to listen to anybody that has an issue, no matter who you are.
Thank you, sir. Joe?
I respect and I appreciate the Alliance, the Chamber Alliance, and all their input they give to me into the city, because, you know, we're 7 guys and gals sitting up on council, and we have to make decisions on some things that are going to hit the citizens of Rosenberg, impact their lives, and I welcome any type of input from any respectable entity to help me out, to help me make my decisions, because, you know, we're talking about a lot of citizens, 30,000 plus citizens here in Rosenberg, and I value y'all's input. And I think you may mention something about small businesses. Well, I'm 59 years old and I've been lucky to open and sell 3 small businesses in my lifetime while keeping a full-time job, while being on council, and while playing in a band. And sometimes I got home once or twice. But I think small businesses are the backbone of Rosenberg. We need to respect them, and I would like to work closely with the Chamber Alliance, because me personally, I would need all the help I could get to make decisions that are right for the citizens of Rosenberg, because we're steadily growing, expanding, and there's a lot of people that depend on us to make the right decision, and I think it's good.
Thank you, sir. Eric?
I want to say that I don't have a business and I'm not employed here in Rosenberg. But, and also, I've actually heard a lot of good stuff about the chamber.